Hi, James.
Hello.
So this is my student, James. He took Calculus 1 and 2 and Economics with me. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, so hi, my name is James, as Miss Kim said. I'm a senior right now, and I will be attending the University of Pennsylvania.
Awesome. So could you tell me which college you applied to and which school was your dream school?
So back when I was a freshman, my dream school used to be Princeton University because I was appealed to their physics program. I really liked it. And I just liked the campus atmosphere, but as I started researching more, UPenn became my dream school, and I really pushed to go for there since sophomore year. So I kind of geared everything towards there, and it ended up being actually the only school I applied to.
Oh, that's awesome. So why did you want to go to UPenn? Is there some major that you want to do, or is there something that grabbed you to UPenn rather than all the other schools?
Yeah, so UPenn has a one university policy, which means that I can borrow classes from any of the different schools. So the arts and science, the Wharton School of Business, which is the one I'm attending, engineering, nursing if I wanted to, but I probably wouldn't. And they had specific programs that I really liked and clubs, so it was very attractive.
That sounds awesome. I think the UPenn is the #1 in business school in the US right now, right?
Yeah.
So now we kind of want to know more about you. So could you share some of the academic side of your specs, so GPA and test scores and such for us?
Yeah, so I kept a strong GPA for all of high school. I got mostly all A's. It never really faltered there, so I ended up with a 4.367. And for testing, I got a solid 33 for the ACT because I did not take SAT.
I see, I see. Oh, that's awesome. So sounds like you have over 4.0. Is it because of the honor classes and AP classes?
My school doesn't offer honors, AP classes, only honors. So making sure to take all of those that are weighted higher than a normal class helped bring up my GPA. Being forced to take other normal classes, so making sure to go the extra mile really helps bring that up.
That's awesome. So I know for a fact that my Calculus 1 and 2 class doesn't give you 5.0 because it's college class, right?
Yes.
Right. And
yeah, they also offer credits which can help depending on what college you go to.
Right, right. Great. So even with that, you have a very high GPA. That's great. So now that we understand your academic side, we kind of want to know about the extracurricular activities. So could you tell me if there's anything that you did during summer or after school, like any of the club or any other activities that you did and you're involved in?
Yes. So the bulk of my extracurricular activities were at school, since I didn't find too much time out of school because I did sports, and a lot of these clubs take up time. So in the realm of leadership and student government, I was a part of all of the levels. So it goes with starts with class council, then it goes to student senate, and then it goes to student advisory board, which is the highest of the three, which is only a select few students who help guide the student activities and major festivals and cultural celebrations that go on. And so it's a lot of work to manage also your class, then the school at a broader level, and then more specifically. And also tied to that is NHS, which I was the president of. So organizing service events with students, making sure everyone's doing a job, just organizing different events to engage the student body and the greater community. So that also ties into that whole leadership aspect. But I also did cultural clubs to show some of my interests. So I joined the Hispanic club, the Hispanic Latino club, to demonstrate that side of me. I also joined a German club, even though I have no relation to any Germans, but I like the culture, I like the language and the food, so
That's all.
showing that interest is also important. But I also did sports, so we have 3 seasons. So I made sure to do soccer in the fall,
Mm.
winter track in the winter, and spring track in the spring every year. Obviously, because of COVID, I couldn't do it the last year because some of it got canceled. But making sure you're always showing that you're like a part of stuff always helps because it shows you're a dynamic student.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't even know how you have time to do soccer and track because I heard that track usually sometimes it runs over to midnight or even
Yeah,
yeah, that's
especially in the winter.
amazing. Did you take any other classes besides the classes at school during summertime, or did you do any other academic work besides the schoolwork?
So I did 2 summer camps, um, one at Princeton and one online through Wharton. And
Wow.
so the Princeton one was more broad. It was about engineering and finance is what I focused on, but you could have picked anything from biology to like geography,
Mm.
and studying whatever you want. But the Wharton one was more tailored towards specific business views and how the world was changing because of COVID. So it was more looking at that analysis. So taking some of those outside classes helps like broaden your view and shows a demonstration of what you want to do in the future.
I do feel like you have very strong you're strong in everything, but if I ask you to pick one that you think you're making yourself standing out from other applicant or something that helped you get into the UPenn Walton, which is the best in the US for business, could you share that secret with us?
I think one of the main things that a lot of people underestimate is the letters of recommendation, which you gave me one, of course. But I think it's important because you can show whatever you want on the application and show that you did all this, but having that verification from like another adult or another peer or like even a parent, it shows like a different side of you that wouldn't be apparent on the application. So it creates like a 3D version of you to
Mm.
that application reader. So it really helps push it over. You can be, let's say, like an academically weak student, but if you show the like vigor and intention to study, and these letters reaffirm that, I guarantee a lot of colleges will probably take a second look at you.
Wow, that is an awesome tip. Thank you so much. And I noticed that you have brothers. They also go to Ivy League schools, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't mind, could you tell me about your brothers and which school they're going to?
Yeah, so my oldest brother also went to Penn, but he's already graduated. So he's a little older than me. And my other brother is going to Yale, and he's a junior right now. And yeah, it's a lot of studying hard and a lot of preparing, but once you get in, you get the freedom to study with as much resources as you want.
That is amazing. All three siblings got into Ivy League school and top schools. That's amazing. Do you think there is some kind of secret or any tips that you can give us?
I think it's a lot of future planning. So a lot, like the three of us all had a vision or at least a sense of what we wanted to do freshman year, not necessarily a specific career, but just where we wanted to go. And so we always had these schools on our mind. So everything we did kind of built up to that. Like I would always make sure to study and finish every assignment, do my best, join as many clubs as I could, and really show who I was as a student. Because high school is like the stepping stone to the like greater future you can have. So you should demonstrate all that you can in high school so that the colleges know that when you go to college, you're not there to like mess around or just to party, but that you can still do both, but that you have this academic side that will keep pushing you throughout the years.
Do you have anything to tell all these students who wants to go to Ivy League school or want to go to top schools?
Yeah, I would say don't get discouraged or don't get like fearful just because it's like a big name school or the acceptance rates are really low. that they're really attainable schools if you really try your hardest and show your best in school. But you always have to put that extra effort in. But it's definitely not something impossible, and I think a lot of people underestimate themselves. But it's a lot easier when you put the work in and put the hours in. But you can make it.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for sharing all your tips and secrets of all three brothers getting into the Ivy League schools. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you again soon.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Miss Kim. You too.